UFC 303 results, winners and losers from Pereira vs Prochazka to card. It's hard to put into words just how fearsome Alex Pereira is. His record is impressive, with 3 knockouts in his past 3 fights, all for the UFC title at light heavyweight, including his knockout win over Jiri Prochazka in the main event of Saturday's UFC 303 fight card. What makes things even more amazing is that he also held the UFC middleweight crown at one point. To take things to the next level, one has to consider that Pereira has only been a full-time MMA fighter since late 2021, when he walked away from a kickboxing career that saw him capture glory gold into divisions. It's not an understatement to say that Pereira is the most frightening 205-pounder in the UFC since Jon Jones ruled the division. Pereira handled Jiri Prochazka with ease last night, scoring a second-round knockout win and teasing a move to heavyweight that could make him the first UFC fighter to win a title in 3 weight classes. Something that's usually easily dismissed as a pipe dream, but with Pereira, it seems entirely feasible. In the co-main event, fans got a surprise booking. Diego Lopes accepted a short-notice bout opposite 2-time UFC featherweight title challenger Brian Ortega early this month. That fight moved to 155 pounds on weigh-in day when Ortega informed his foe and the UFC that he could not make the featherweight limit. Then, hours before the bout was set to go down, the UFC inserted Dan Ige into the mix after an illness knocked Ortega off the card. The thing about that was that Ige, a Vegas local, could only take the fight at 165 pounds. Ige deserves some props for taking the fight on incredibly short notice, but let's not forget that Lopes, who is a rising star in the 145-pound division, had a lot to lose by saying yes to facing Ortega at 155 and even more to lose by agreeing to meet Ige at 165 pounds. In the end, Lopes picked up a decision win over Ige in a spirited contest. Below we look at the winners and losers from UFC 303, along with the results, Fight Night bonus winners, and the scorecards for the fights that went the distance. UFC 302 took place at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. The main card streamed on ESPN plus PPV following prelims on ESPN and early prelims on ESPN plus and UFC Fight Pass.